10 months and 1 university year later, I'm back. Let's do this. Okay, time for another crappy old game review, but this time we're going to be looking at the original Nintendo Entertainment System. A true classic and much loved console that brought us the likes of Super Mario Bros., Legend of Zelda, and Daydreaming Davies. Now, should I even care who Davy is? Probably not. Now, I was recommended to try out this game due to its reputation, but I can honestly say I wasn't that impressed. At first I noticed it was produced by a group called HAL, who, after a bit of research, I discovered developed the original Smash Bros. So I thought maybe it won't be that bad.
Awesome!
Ugh, I take it back. Well, as you can probably already guess, the whole game is about a kid who daydreams. We begin with Davy himself just happily minding his own business at school. Next thing, this prick shows up and steals your pencil, which you're now required to get back. Man, talk about a killer opening. However, hence the title, you're a big daydreamer, so suddenly you're now in the Middle Ages with a sword. Wonderful. I will admit this is a creative idea for a kid's game, but I personally found it all a bit tedious. So you're going around this maze, battling a boring array of enemies, until you finally find what appears to be a javelin, and ta-da, you've got your pencil back. Why is he so worked up about a pencil being stolen? If it was his phone, or his Game Boy, or, I don't know, his virginity or something, I'd understand. Next you're in lesson, explaining to the teacher that you were lost in the forest. Yeah, that'll sure go down well as an excuse. It's time for artwork. Get ready to draw. Draw! Draw! You'd think it was a bloody task. And so Davy falls asleep. Why fall asleep in a drawing class? I've always been under the impression that drawing's usually what keeps you awake when you're bored in lessons. Weird kid. Right, so now you're in the Wild West, dressed as a cowboy and whipping stuff. I like the vultures dropping explosive shit on you. That's a nice touch. There's not a lot of difference from the first stage, though you do get a chance to trade for guns and stuff in the shop, which is alright for variety, but it's no Red Dead Redemption. The glitches were pretty all over the place in this stage too. You couldn't go behind buildings despite the huge gap, pixels would randomly cut out at the bottom of the screen, and what's going on here? So you wake up again and the teacher's not too happy. Give me your squirt gun! I'd rather not, you dirty cow. And now we're discussing Greek civilization, as well as drawing? What kind of children's class is this? Anyway, surprise surprise, you fall asleep again, and now you're in ancient Greece. I have to say I do like the falling asleep sequences, a sort of 60s trippy acid-induced tunnel that you fall down. Not quite dreaming, more breaking on through to the other side. Well, Greece itself doesn't have too much to offer. You wander around in a toga, fight a cyclops, and chat with Aphrodite or whoever it is. To be honest, I think he is on drugs, actually. Now I'm back in medieval times again. Ugh, it was nice of them to have a good mix of dream worlds, 3 of them. You soon find yourself a sword and wake up again, but of course it's school, so instead you're holding a ruler aloft while looking a little too happy. What was he doing with that? Measuring his knob? Anyway, old Mother Dusty Knickers here has had it with your strange ministrations. You're going to see the principal for this? For what? For measuring my wang in class? So off you go, and the principal starts lecturing you about rules and whatever, so you, guess what? Fall asleep again. What has he got, narcolepsy or something? Safe to say Gus Fring here isn't too impressed.
Davy!
Back to Greece again. Geez, could they really not come up with a few more locations? Oh, I take that back, now I'm in hell. That sure escalated quickly. I'm not even kidding, it's hell, and now I'm talking to Death about riding on his boat. Man, that's some dark shit right there. Anyway, this is a little bit more interesting than the other levels, mainly because you get to face Cerberus at the end, which at least feels like a legit boss battle. But then, it goes back to the usual 3 places. Of course, I could go through the whole game, but to be honest, I'm starting to phase out and dream myself now. Yeah, mainly about playing a better game. Wow, all this gaming has sure made me tired. I hope I don't start dreaming too big. You know, sometimes I have this really awful recurring nightmare that I'm this scrawny, specky, unattractive geek bloke playing games all day, watching sci-fi, listening to old 80s rock bands, and probably need to grow up a bit now that he's in his 20s. But luckily, that's not true at all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some other things to be getting on with.